Welcome to Muncie, Indiana, home of the Ball State Cardinals, and we're looking forward to this matchup, and certainly the fans are showing that they are as well. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Eastern Michigan Eagles, taking on another team from the MAC, the Ball State Cardinals. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Eastern Michigan ready to kick it off and get this game going. Out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. So the Ball State Cardinals will have some work to do after that short return. And all eyes will be on this man because he is electrifying every time he touches the ball.
I mean, so much fun to watch. Can hit home runs, can make big plays. Everything in this offense starts with that grown man.
What I really like about him, too, is he's versatile, right? He can carry the rock, he can catch the football, he's good at blocking. This guy stays on the field for a reason.
Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. The give to Davis. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
He'll pull it down. At the 20, he's got space. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on 3rd down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and the next thing you know, you look up and he's 20, 30 yards down the field, and there's nothing you can do about it.
After run, now throw. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Turns it on in midfield. He's finally stopped, but a big play there with his feet as he moves those sticks. The Cardinals have their offense. There he walks up on the line, showing press coverage. To the air on 1st down. Gonna throw it to the right. He's got his man. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
And a really good job by the quarterback being very decisive. He saw his matchup. He went for it. He attacked it. Got the positive gain. I would say he's going to find that guy a few more times today.
He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Now on 2nd and goal. Running play to the left, looking for the end zone here. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
The best red zone offenses are the ones who can run the ball in this area, but that's a tough ask today, especially against this unit. One of the best 5 defenses in the nation stopping the run. This is a really big moment in this game.
Pocket starts to collapse. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit.
Number 16 on the field goal.
Absolutely perfect. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So Eastern Michigan's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And these two electrifying runners can put on a show, guys.
Well, we always talk about the importance of tackling on defense, never more so than a game like this. When you've got 2 studs in the backfield that can make people look silly, you better bring hats to the football.
Yeah, you think there'll be a lot of carries today? When you got running backs like this that you can feature, you're going to see them get the football a lot, early and often.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Running behind that left side. Yeah, it's a bit of a surge, and he's knocked down after picking up 3 to the 26. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
The Eagles will line it up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding him the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Wants to throw on 2nd down. Snags it over the middle. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
At the 35, he's open. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Throwing right. Got a wide-open receiver. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Eastern Michigan.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point makes it 7-3. They march 79 yards on the drive, and the scoring play comes on a touchdown pass from 22 yards out. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Ball State gets it back. The offense headed to the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
2nd down coming up. The play action fake. Pressure coming. And that pass intercepted. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way.
Some defensive players just have a knack. I've played with guys throughout the course of my career that you can't coach it. It's not speed, it's not strength. It's literally, I know when to break on the football, how to go get it, and how to pull it in. It's just a knack.
Firing to the right, complete. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
Yeah, and I tell you what, when you stick these fast suckers in the slot, they don't have to be big, but you get those guys that are so quick in the slot, they can get great matchups, and I can get the ball to them quick because they're such dynamic playmakers.
Looking to throw. Fires into the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Eagles.
Touchdown.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Ball State takes over the football, and the Cardinal offense headed out. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game.
He's loose, and And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
Well, there's the offense trying to take advantage of this running back speed. I like the call. Hand off to the left, to the outside. Put him in space and let him go to work.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
And that's a great job by the defense not letting that bird out of the cage. When you can run like this guy can, you got to keep the edge. Did a great job. He went backwards, retreated, gave up some ground. They didn't give up the outside, got the sack on the play.
Unloads to the right. He's got it. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. And the Cardinals are marching down the field. Going up top on first down. That's caught. It's Wade. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. The Cardinals come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the ground with the back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
He wants to pass it on 2nd down. They're trying to get to it. And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
And add another one to the tally. This guy leads the nation in sacks. The nation. He's the best pass rusher. Getting to quarterbacks, making life really, really hard. That's 2 on the day. Let's see how many he gets today.
Caught in the backfield. It's Thacker. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. 1st and 10 for the offense. He leaves it with his back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Loss of 3. 2nd down coming up.
Not many hiccups on this drive, but it's 2nd and 13 now. Now the play fake. Moving out of the pocket. And he's still running after the move. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
Brings up 3rd down.
How about these 2 running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Fires to the tight end. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. Never a doubt.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. They go to the ground. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
At the 34. And first down for the offense.
Looking to move it through the air. Getting some heat. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
They'll try again on second down after the incompletion. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Yeah, and sometimes the coverage is just great. And as a quarterback, you throw the football away or don't try to force it too tight into a window, and you just say, hey, defense won that rep, good coverage.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. Throws to the wideout. It's caught. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now, having given up multiple first downs on this drive. Somebody on defense has to step up, make a play.
It's a fumble. And the defense grabs it, and they're taking it the other way.
As a defender, you dream about those big hits. You work hard on it in practice, closing space, getting close, and just sticking that guy and causing the fumble.
The give to the back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
They'll ride Davis here. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
Just a simple power play. Again, not sexy, run the ball up the middle. Physicality, offensive line gets to assert themselves, run block, which they love to do. This pays dividends down the road in the fourth quarter.
He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. And the Cardinals will call on their punt team. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And he will boom that punt out of bounds. No chance for a return. Let's see where the officials spot it. Eastern Michigan takes over as the offense heads to the field. That last drive and the turnover, not what you're looking for when you have the lead, Jesse.
Yeah, and really I think for them, it's just staying out of their own way. They're making plays. They've got the playmakers to go and win this game, so it's just a matter of executing better.
Executing better, understanding I still got the lead. Put a drive together here and build on that lead.
The give to the tailback. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having to pass block every play. You got to keep defenses off balance.
Now he's going to glide away from pressure. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
QB's got to be able to play on so many different levels. They got to read coverages, know the snap count, know what everybody's doing, and then does a great job at the end making something out of nothing, making a positive play, picking up a new set of downs, a new set of problems for this defense.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
Got a man. It's Wilkins. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down.
Man, this defense, they have got to get better in coverage if they want to get off the field anytime soon. You keep defending like that, this offense might hang 50 on you by the end of the game.
They're bringing heat. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
This is a good sign for this defense. The rate they were going, not touching the quarterback, him already having 2 touchdown passes in the first half, this was not going to be a fun football game to watch. Now they're turning the tide a little bit, getting a little bit of pressure, getting a sack.
They're going to test that run defense to the right here. Found that crease, and they knock him down after a pickup of 5 to the 32.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Fires to the big fella. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
Looking to go up top on first down. Nowhere to go, and the ball's loose. Oh, look what I found. The offense keeps it.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense falls on it.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Looking to pass on second down.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. He's going to take off. Not a lot of room there. He'll pick up a few before he's forced out of bounds. And they're going to head out the lineup for a field goal. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. And this will be a bit of a challenge, a 46-yard attempt from the right hash. Field goal is good. And they'll push that lead out a little further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, 2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of those top 15 teams who did battle today. Clemson made it look easy, but I promise you, there is nothing easy about a double-digit win on the road. And a win like this only confirms there is something special brewing with these Tigers. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a top 15 matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update.
7 yards on the play. Brings up second down.
They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. He's going to pass on second down. Feeling the heat as he lets it go. And it falls in complete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They are getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last play.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Cardinals decide to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. He'll signal for and make the fair catch right around midfield. Eastern Michigan has it back as the Eagle offense returns to the field. They've been outstanding here in this first half. Might as well try for the knockout punch, David.
Yeah, confidence has to be at an all-time high. Great first half. I'm going to get more, Palmer. I'm not scared with the lead when I got the football ready.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You can see the quarterback's body language. He wants to go. He wants to go tempo. He wants to take shots. They're trying to light this scoreboard up.
He's up to 90 yards rushing. He continues to impress as he leads the nation in rushing. They're lining up on 1st and 10 from the 38. They'll ride the hot hand. Open space at the 25. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Trying to find his man on first down. Buys a little time. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. He's right on target. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Eastern Michigan has moved into the red zone. He wants to throw here on second down. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And these edge rushers, man, they're so athletic nowadays. They can get to the quarterback, bend that corner so quickly, get him on the ground before he knows what hits him. How about that defensive end, that speed off the edge?
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. That is no good. After the miss, still an 11-point game, guys. Ball State gets it back. The offense headed to the field. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, Dave?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
Just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision-making.
And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. They're going to try to throw for it on third down. Finds his tight end. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Wants to throw on first down. Quickly to the tight end. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Hey, we're getting close to halftime, and it looks as if the big fella wants to be all over the highlights.
Goodness gracious, he is open. When he leaves the huddle, apparently he's open. A ton of catches already early in this ball game. They are featuring him.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Ball State.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. He's looking to throw it. Coming after him. Takes a hit as he fires. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, what a scene there in Muncie. What a fine performance we've seen. And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen and panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. And with that, let's head back to the guys at Schumann Stadium.
Eastern Michigan takes over as the offense heads to the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their...
He's off to the races. He's at the 20. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Eastern Michigan.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that. And he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners. When he kicked it in gear, he got the long touchdown.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Ball State takes over the football, and the Cardinal offense headed out. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
He's got an open man. Open runway ahead. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Cardinal. That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
If you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out.
And the quarterback goes down, but there is a penalty flag down, and I think the offense is going to pick up the first down. The defense was offside. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Eastern Michigan has it back as the Eagle offense returns to the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
He breaks a tackle. Tackled at the 29. Let's give him 5 on that one.
Well, this defense is on its heels right now, especially trying to stop the run. They're just not being physical enough. They give up another run right there for a first down. Someone's going to have to step up and make a play.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Leaves it with the running back. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
On the play.
All right, this running back's had all kind of success. Now we're getting later in the game. We got to make sure we get some stops, get the ball back to our offense.
The give. Pretty good job of running to get 2 there to the 32. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He'll pull it down and run. Still on his feet at the 45. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Makes his connection. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, and still short of the 1st down.
You see it more and more. Smaller wide receivers, I don't care about their size anymore. I put them in the slot. I let them get a good matchup. They're so quick, people can't get their hands on them. They make plays, and I feed them the football. These are guys that have a lot of catches throughout a season.
And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the 1st down. Eastern Michigan has it and a fresh set of downs. Might as well give it to him again. Relying on the run, he gets a couple before he's knocked down. Ball's at the 13. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. On 2nd down, wants to throw. Slides away. Lets it go to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Eagles!
Touchdown, Eastern Michigan.
Every time we speak to defenses before they play this guy, they all know he's going to get the ball thrown his way. They always come up with creative and exotic ways to try to cover him in the back end, but they're never able to get it done. This guy just beats coverage time and time again. With that last catch, that's now his 15th receiving score of the season.
He'll bring it back from inside his spot. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Ball State gets it back. The offense headed to the field. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this deep tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. And the Cardinals send out the punt unit. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Eastern Michigan takes over as the offense heads to the field. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Still looking on the move. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
Most offensive coordinators want to be really aggressive on second and short. And I love the quarterback here. He drops back the pass thinking being aggressive. Nothing available, scramble, give me an easy first down.
Finds his man, and he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
And I think you're seeing these guys in every offense now. These littler guys that they're so quick, it's hard to get a hand on them. Run crisp routes. You can throw it short, you can throw it long, but they're just big-time playmakers. You've definitely seen an emphasis shift towards smaller wide receivers with some serious skill.
And the Eagles look to keep this drive humming. They're going to go right back to him on first down. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on second and short. Grab near the marker. It's Wilkins. Change.
You know, the defense, they just haven't been able to find an answer for this guy throughout the course of the game. Obviously, he's got 2 touchdowns, picks up the first down there. They've tried doubling him. They've tried man coverage, zone coverage. Nothing working on defense. They can't stop him.
Nice move to pick up yardage. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
There's really no secret to it, David. When this guy's running well, this offense is so hard to stop.
It opens up everything, and he's having a great day, showing you a little bit of everything, and this offense has got it rolling on the ground.
On the ground. Touchdown, Eagles. And they take it in for 6 more points. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. The kick is up and good and put 1 more on the lead.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Ball State takes over the football, and the Cardinal offense headed out. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
On second down, wants to throw it. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback upright, and you just saw another example of it right there. He has never been able to get into rhythm throwing the football.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He'll off one deep down the left side. Finally run out of bounds, but he has his offense rolling with a first down.
another Ball State first down.
That's the end of the quarter, and Eastern Michigan has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. He's going to pass. Trying to get to him. A strike downfield. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
This is an offense that has skill, and they've got speed, and because of that, this defense, they can't lull themselves to sleep. They've got a big lead here late, but they've now given up back.
The freshman able to get home with the sack.
And this defense has done such a great job. Another sack on the day. They forced an interception. They've been flying all over the field playing great defense.
On second down, looking to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win this game.
A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
Well, and here's the problem offensively, because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
He found his man and zipped it in there. They've got a first down in the red zone at the 11. The Cardinals will have it first and 10.
Let's go.
They'll run it to the right side. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You know, you're in the red zone. You bring out a bunch of tight ends on the field. So the defense, they were expecting a run on that one. They were physical, and they were able to force the negative play.
He's looking for a man on second down. Finds a soft spot in the middle. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. On third down, going up top. Feeling some heat. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Looking to the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Ball State! And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable, because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen, be calmer. Now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football, because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
At the 40, there he goes. Hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. Touchdown, Eastern Michigan. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. They are finishing the deal, building the lead here in the fourth, and they are going to go to 7-0.
Well, I think the coaching staff and fans knew that this guy was going to play a big role in this offense this year, but I don't know if anyone expected him to have this kind of season statistically, guys. That's his 20th rushing touchdown on the season.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And no problem on the extra point as they push the lead to 19 here in the fourth. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. FIU has dug itself a hole today, and I don't think they're climbing out of that puppy. Huge interest in this game, and they have rolled over. They're trailing by 14 to Kennesaw State. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They're going to throw it to start the drive. He's got his man. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Fires to the wideout. He's got it. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. And Jesse, he just keeps piling. over 350 yards for the game.
And I feel like from the get-go, Reese, this guy's just been in a great rhythm all game long. He just seems like he's dialed in, and, man, he's been accurate throwing the rock.
And the Cardinals in the hurry-up. He'll come out throwing on first down. Tight end finds a soft spot. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. The Cardinals have it with a 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the 4th quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
He wants to throw it again. Snagged on the outside, it's Thacker. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
I love playing man-to-man defense, and I love getting up in your kitchen and jamming you at the line of scrimmage, but it's really hard when they start running these crossing routes and drags and ends because now I'm in chase mode, and the QB has a little bit of space a lot of times, and those fast guys can create some separation and get a 1st down like they did there.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a 1st down.
So frustrating as a defense because you got the offense in 3rd down. You're in a situation now where you can get off the field if somebody just makes a play.
And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. After that 5-yard loss, some work to do now to keep this drive humming at 2nd and 15. Fires to the middle. Makes the grab. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys are there looking at the quarterback. They're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those 1st downs, get those big chunks.
They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in the game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, 4th quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end.
Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. Able to get one down to the 15. A 3rd and long coming up here. Defense in press coverage. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He's got it and still on his feet. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. Trying to bully their way in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Cardinals! That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the boxes. Still, this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. Oh, what a move! We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Eastern Michigan has it back as the Eagle offense returns to the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Off play action. Firing toward the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They extend this 4th quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak. And no problem on the extra point as they push the lead to 19 here in the 4th.
52, Ball State, 33.
And he'll bring it back. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Ball State gets it back. The offense headed to the field. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense. Defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
Couldn't make the connection on 1st down. Now here on 2nd. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And that ball is picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. He looked as if he thought he had it all the way, and this junior makes a play. Eastern Michigan takes over as the offense heads to the field. They have dropped a hush on this entire stadium, David, by controlling this game.
And there's nothing like shutting up the home crowd. You love it. Nothing like having a big lead in the 4th quarter, Palmer, and not having to stress or worry.
Yeah, really impressive just seeing how they're able to take everything from the practice field this week and apply it to game day. They've been locked in all week with the game plan, running and throwing the football, man. This has been impressive.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Touchdown, Eastern Michigan. And the route is on. That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Ball State takes over the football, and the Cardinal offense headed out. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You've got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, that you're talking about.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. And they needed a little more room to work with as that one sails out of bounds.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
On third down, he drops to throw. Snares it outside. It's Davis. And the Cardinals will punt it away on fourth down. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. After this, it'll be a wrap. They'll throw it on first down. He lobs one high down the left side. And it's caught inside the 20. They're able to make the stop, but a little extra icing on this winning cake in this one. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all three phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, this play could decide it. Just frying pan, meat face, ball game over.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.